Tonight on ONEIL After Dark, Trash Day Night Football is the focus as the Saints and Broncos take center stage. Gross. Continuing with garbage, 2 of the 3 candidates talk about the economy and buffoonery as the American presidential election draws closer. And I speak with Houston Texans head coach D'Amico Ryan as he expresses his thoughts on this Sunday's action. All that and more coming up next. Good evening, and welcome to ONEIL After Dark. My name is Tanner O'Neill. Whatever. Week 7 of the NFL kicked off with primetime Trash Day Night Football, only available on Amazon. It featured the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. Here's what happened. Broncos at Saints. During this game, my best friend Alvin Kamara managed a meager 24 total yards for the entire game. This is in large part to the dynamic duo consisting of quarterback Spencer Rattler and his ineptitude, combined with Dennis Allen and his standard for poor judgment calling plays, not to mention the turnstiles that are the offensive line. On the other side of the ball, the Broncos and Bo Nix looked like world beaters against a team who has completely given up on their coach. And I don't blame them. Cheers if you had the over for this game. Saints 10, Broncos 33. Thanks, Dennis Allen, for being awful on prime time. And this was also on Drew Brees night. What a shame. Brilliant as always for Trash Day Night Football. With the election X number of days away, at the time of recording this episode of the most unwatched show on YouTube, both former President Trump and current Vice President Harris are communicating the importance of what this year's election means. We go now to some non-doctored sound and video on tape.
I was going to do it, and then COVID came, and I said, we got to fight that one. We did a great job with that. We got a great, I got great credit for the economy, for the military.
First of all, to the United States of America. You know what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
This election in 20 days, I'm the only person who's running for president to divide our country, which I have done.
Well, I'm sure everything will work out just fine at voting time. And speaking of votes, that's right, Buttons the cat from Buttons for America has been named Cat of the Month by a very prominent and unnamed magazine. No fact-checking needed for this story. Buttons the cat had this to say about the recent honor.
And Caesar will. Sean Longstaff is also going to come on with Newcastle.
Absolutely delightful. To donate to Buttons for America, the Super PAC, just look at the bottom of the screen right now and follow the instructions. And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Champions League was back in action this week as everyone's favorite football club, Arsenal, took on an opponent whose name I cannot pronounce. That one. So, let's look at the highlights and let's kick it. Gabriel Martinelli was the lone goal scorer in the match today, as an excellently placed ball found the back of the net in the 29th minute. Later on, it was officially ruled an own goal. The second half saw Troussard attempt to make it 2-0 on a penalty kick, but he failed. Hope his confidence improves moving forward. Goaltender David Raya looked impressive, making a brilliant save late in the game. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Fantastic. The Gunners' next Champions League match will take place on November 6th against Inter Milan. Check local listings for availability. Staying with sports ball, the Houston Texans took on the Green Bay Packers in that dump called Lambeau Field on Sunday. And this is what happened. Texans at Packers. Joe Mixon had a massive day with 2 touchdowns for over 120 yards. However, C.J. Stroud just couldn't get it going, only throwing for an abysmal 10 of 21, totaling 86 yards. Fan favorite Tank Dell saw 4 targets, but his hands took the day off, accumulating 0 catches. The Texans' defense kept them in the game, but it was not enough, as a last-second field goal secured the win for the Cheeseheads. Houston, 22. Green Bay, 24. Sometimes it be like that. Wonderful. Thanks, Joe Mixon. The Texans will host the Indianapolis Colts this coming Sunday at NRG Stadium, where there will be no horsing around. Check local listings for availability. I recently caught up with Houston Texans head coach DeMeco Ryan and asked him about the recent game. Yes, good afternoon, Coach. How are you today?
Yeah, our goal is always to go score.
Coach, my next question is in regards to C.J. Stroud's terrible game. How do you think he'll respond to this?
Obviously we didn't pass the ball well all day. Offensively it's just not good enough for us. We have to play better. Guys have to execute better, have to step up.
My next question is in regards to Tank Dell. It says 4 targets, 0 receptions. Were his hands just there for decoration today?
Yeah, we thought we had a completion there to Tank. He was open, just a little tight on the sidelines.
Fantastic. Tough loss on the road today. What were some of the contributing factors?
We didn't execute well enough. All the way across the board, we didn't execute well enough.
Coach, in regards to Joe Mixon's amazing performance today, he was the centerpiece of the offense. Is that something you'd like to utilize more in the future?
Way around, we ran the ball well. Thought Joe did a good job of running the ball.
Sounds fantastic, Coach. Is there a plan in place to just give Joe Mixon the ball every time? He is on my fantasy team, and if you could do that, that would really help me out, and I'd appreciate it. Oh, well, all right then, Coach. Thank you for your time. The fall food trend continues, as over the weekend I went back into the kitchen, this time to make a delicious French dish that has been around since King Henry VIII. Sacre bleu. It was a Mr. Crockett? Nope. What was that? Croquet? Nope. Help me out.
Croque Monsieur.
Ah, yes. Fantastic. As always, the instructions were followed step by step. And here was my result. Très bien. Well, that's a wrap for tonight's stupidity. I guess that's the thing now. Join us next time when we attempt a Halloween-themed episode. That'll be terrible, I'm sure. Thank you for watching ONEIL After Dark. My name is Tanner.
Yeah, our goal is always to go score. That's our goal.
I fly like paper, get high